Well done, good and faithful servant.
And I heard, as it were, the voice of a great multitude, and as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thundering, saying, Alleluia! For the Lord God omnipotent reigneth. Let us be glad and rejoice, and give honor to him. For the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife hath made herself ready. And her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white. For the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. And he saith unto me, Write, blessed are they which are called unto the marriage supper of the Lamb. And he saith unto me, These are the true sayings of God.
You know, the hopeful elect, of which we believe we are according to faith, and the importance of being of that group called the elect, which are also known as the church of the firstborn in the scriptures. Firstborn meaning the first spirits created. And it would make sense the Heavenly Father would take the first spirits created to be the rulers of the nation, the aristocrat, if you will. If you know the words, the word aristocrat literally means best rule. The first spirits created are the best. That's why Yahushua is the first of the first, and he's the best of the best to rule. You know, Yahushua will be ruling in the next kingdom, and right underneath him will be King David, you know.
But ye shall be named the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. For your shame ye shall have double, and for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Their land they shall possess the double, everlasting joy shall be unto them. For I, the Lord, love judgment, I hate robbery for burnt offering. And I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them. And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Lord hath blessed. I will greatly rejoice in the Lord. My soul shall be joyful in my God. For he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation. He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels. For as the earth bringeth forth her bud, and as the garden causeth the things that are sown in it to spring forth, so the Lord God will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations.
All right, Tyler, what you got?
All right. First and foremost, we love y'all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double on to Pastor Edison GMS, and citation to your brother Push Word of Truth, and Sincere Four Corners, BGMS Mississippi Camp. I'm gonna let the brothers take over.
So what we going into this week, this Monday night live stream, going into evening news and prophecy, dealing with grocery stores and digital ID, and we know one thing that these devils, they always try to leverage, is the food. It's gonna be one of the main things that they leverage against the people. They're herding, people into this new digital system. All right. And what we're seeing, okay, is what you call DPI, which is digital public infrastructure, all right, being set up everywhere, okay, because they're pushing and they're herding people into it. So what we're going to see, is 4 phases. The sister had a dream about it, the brother went into, and you're going to have the stage where, these things are going to be voluntarily, people are going to be volunteering to get it, all right, and then it's going to go from volunteering till they're going to make it inconvenience, okay, inconvenient for you not to have it. Then it's going to be mandated, and then eventually he's going to come with the sword. It's going to be punishable by death not to have it, okay. So what we're seeing now, with this video is showing that they're going to make it, inconvenient, if you don't, all right, have, digital ID, all right, in the near future, okay. And digital ID is not the MOTB, okay, but it's a major step, it's a major stride, towards the MOTB, which is the RFID microchip, all right, the implantable device, okay, that John the Revelator seen in the book of Revelation 13 and 16. Now, let's get that. Any brother had anything they want to add to that? Let's get the Revelation. Then we'll segue to the video. All right, so this is let me see, I was already there. So this Revelation 13 and 16. You can read it, bro.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. He said, he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man may buy.
So
what?
Yeah, so it calls it, and let's go into this word calls it real quick. All right, showing that this is going to be mandated. Okay. So right now, we're seeing them getting ready to make it inconvenient for you not to have it. And the next phase is going to be a mandate. All right. And the last phase, it's going to be the sword, So so let's go into this word calls it. All right. Just to show that it's going to be a mandate. And John the Revelator seen, all right, this technology that we're seeing being rolled out. He's seen it in the vision. Okay, he's seen chipping stations. He's seen people in lines, okay, to get this device. Okay, and what we're
Strong's G 4160 Poeo.
All right, for calls. Okay, and what we're seeing now, okay, these devils, gradually, okay, get to this system. You see, where they're gonna make this thing mandatory. All right, and digital ID, like I say, is a major stepping stone. It's not the mark, but it's a stepping stone. So you go into the word cause, it means to make ready. It says to the thing will be mandated. It says what is it? Yep. It says to make one do something. All right, to make one do something. That's the point. Okay, to constitute or appoint one anything, to appoint or ordain that one, to make, i.e., okay, to declare anything. So eventually it's going to be a mandate on these things, man. But we seeing these devils as gradually, creep, to this technology that John the Revelator seen, all right, in the book of Revelation chapter 13. All right. But you got it, bro. You read 17.
It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name, or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
So one of the indicators, one of the stipulations around this charagma, okay, it's going to be a part of a banking system. Okay, it's going to have a financial aspect to it. Okay, it's going to be linked to a currency, and we know it's going to be the central bank digital currency, man, which is going to be a global currency. Okay, and you already have nations that are doing pilots, all right, on the CBDC, mainly India, China, they already have these systems in place. Sweden, 97% of Sweden's transactions, okay, non-cash. Okay, India mainly digital, China mainly digital. China already got the social credit system, and that's 1/3 of the world's population, just India and China by itself. Okay, so this devil, he's rolling this thing out. Okay, and he's setting the stage, okay, for him to get to a point to where he can mandate this device, okay, and you can be shut out of, all right, participating in society if you don't have it, you know. So the infrastructure is being set up to where he can close you out of society without this technology, man. You know.
Con,
But we can say, well, you got it, bro.
can you get that word mark for me? In the blue letter, because we know that there are many bug outs who try to say, well, the mark is not physical, it's spiritual. And I want to get something, Baba Kashav, if I can, just to prove that this is indeed a physical it is something that's actually going to be physically put into you, or that this devil wants to physically put into you.
So you want the charagma, or you want
You can read
the word charagma?
you can do charagma, then go down to the Strong's definition, going into that graven mark, and then I have the definition of that right here.
Okay, so charagma, all right. It says a scratch or etching, i.e., stamp, as a badge of servitude. It says, or sculpted figure, statue, graven, and mark.
And all those you read is something that's actually physical. So I look this up here real quick, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. It says a graven mark or graven image refers to something physically carved, engraved, stamped, or often a forbidden idol. It says it refers to something deeply carved, in inched or sculpted, often used in the Bible to mean an idol. It says the word graven means carved or hewed. So the graven image is essentially a physically carved representation, often intended for idolatrous worship as forbidden from the Lord.
Mm-hmm. And you see, you going into this graven image because this is an idol. This is a sign that you worship this beast system. Which is satanic system. It's full of idolatry and paganism. So if you take this mark, all right, there's you bowing down, all right, to an idol. You idolize this current age, because this Esau Edom, he worships Satan. Okay, because you go into all the pagan deities and these different deities that these heathens have worshipped, since the beginning of time. It all goes back to Satanism. And what Esau Edom has done, he's combined all the ancient witchcraft, okay, and idolatry of old, and he's combined it, okay, into this current culture. That's why everything goes back to some type of idol. All right, when you go to his symbolism, okay, even his architecture, the Isle of Molech is everywhere. Okay, you have ceramics going back to the Queen of Heaven everywhere. In the time of Christmas, goes back to Nimrod and Tammuz. So if you take this mark, it says that you agree with all the idols of old. Esau just has rolled them up in one and calls it a culture. Okay, so you allowing this man to implant this in you. Okay, you just pretty much bow down to every idol it was, man. And you're saying Esau is your God. You're saying you're a possession of Esau. That was it on there, bro.
Bro. I just wanted to get that going into, proving that it's actually a physical mark, that was it.
So let's say it to the video. Any brother have something before we get into the video? All right, so let's play this. All right, quick 5-minute clip. Okay, and this is just what these devils got going on, so let's play this.
So if ever y'all like my shirt, my new shirt, I'm just out here trusting God. Listen, and that's who you got to trust. You can't trust these people, but the game plan is being shown to us here in America. If you go and Google Canada laws and all of that, matter of fact, you ain't even got to do that if you don't want to. I will put it in here so that you can see what they are planning for the Canadian people over there. And I promise you, some of that is going to land here in the United States. They are holding them hostage. You got to get this digital ID or you don't get your insurance. You don't get your health care. You don't get your taxes. You get what I'm saying. And also, I'm going to leave a clip in here of them actually having installed those gates that you can't get into the store with unless you scan it. They haven't put the scanner on there yet, but that's coming. And in this video, it's going to tell you about when that's coming. So they're rushing this forward. Canada's really about to hit it right now. And we are next. We are next. Can you imagine not being able to go into the grocery store because you didn't get your digital ID? You didn't give up your life to them, because that's what you're doing, giving up your life.
You see that? This is new at the grocery store. Very soon you're going to have the QR code there for your digital ID, or else you can't enter.
So this is a bit of an emergency broadcast regarding the digital IDs. Yesterday in Canada, Justin Trudeau met with all of our provincial premiers and basically told them that we will not be able to get funding for our healthcare unless the premiers agree to the digital IDs. I will show all the proof. Now, those of you who think that digital IDs are great, they are not. Let me show you what these digital IDs will actually entail when it comes to control. Here's an overview basically of everything that will be included in the digital IDs. This can be found on the WEF website and also on all of the provincial and government websites. You will have healthcare. You will not be able to access any healthcare without this digital ID. Financial system. You will actually not even be able to carry out bank accounts or carry out anything online regarding financial transactions. Food and sustainability. This says for farmers and consumers, you will not be able to get into stores. You will not be able to even sell anywhere. Once they have this system in place, this is where the digital currency will come in. Travel and mobility. We saw that with the Arrive scam app. Humanitarian responses, which is basically just garbage. It's in case something happens, they will be able to track and find you, including if you don't want anything injected in your body. E-commerce, you will not be able to shop online. Then you have social media platforms. You will literally need this ID in order to get TikTok, Twitter, or Facebook. No more fake accounts. You have e-government. So if you want your taxes done, any sort of benefits from there, you will need this. Then it gets even scarier. Telecommunications. You will not be able to actually get an internet provider without this digital ID, and they will be able to track you. And then up there you have smart cities, and we all know what those are. Those of you who think I'm lying, here's the federal condition. In order for us to access our money, our tax money, this is basically a hostage situation of our tax money. And what you will see is instigators, government instigators under Twitter, under Justin Trudeau, that basically say we need to push our provincial governments to get the money so that we can spend it better. No, we don't. We actually need to call our provincial governments right now, today and tomorrow and every single day until they scrap this digital ID. They cannot pass this without our approval. So I need everybody in Canada to call your provincial governments and literally tell them that this is not going to happen. If we need to privatize, if we need to somehow get into a different system of healthcare, we need to do that. As for everyone in the United States, you're kind of lucky because your healthcare is privatized. There's also a lot more internet providers, some that will not go along with it because of capitalism. So your money is actually speaking a lot louder in the United States. But Canada, this is coming down the pipeline, and it's coming down the pipeline fast, and we need to act.
Yeah, so this is happening in Canada, and like I said, America, they're saving America for last because they know, all right, the American population, is going to be something to deal with when they start enforcing particular things. Okay, but now what she has to understand, what she doesn't understand is that, they're beyond, considering what the people want. All right. The minds of the elites are made up. It's going to happen, So this thing of, power within the people, that power has been long gone, because people, all right, have become so dependent, okay, on this man's technology, okay, that he has all the leverage. Okay, and only through Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is there a way out of what this devil is getting ready to bring to the earth, man. Other than that, you subjugate to whatever this devil is getting ready to roll out, man, because he gonna push chaos, all right, to make people beg for this, all right, this digital system, this technocracy, man. Any brother had a precept? Cause I got that.
Yeah, bro.
Okay,
can I get First Timothy?
Get yours a lot.
Can I get First Timothy chapter 6, verse 7 and 8?
Okay.
That's why the Lord, through the Spirit, through the scriptures, tell us that we can't just be attached to this world, man. Because this world at this present time is given to the hand of the wicked, man. So if you're like all entangled and trusted in this society and this system and this devil, you're going to be in a bad case off the top.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, bro.
You want to starting at 6, bro?
No, bro. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7 and 8.
Okay, come. I got you. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 6, starting at verse 7. It says, "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain that we can carry nothing out." Verse 8, "And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content."
So, like, we was brought into this world with nothing, and we can carry nothing out. So that's again going to, we just can't be completely attached to this world and to the way this world operates, man. We can't just be engulfed like the rest of the world, because again, having food and raiment, of course, that's what we need, but that contentness, being content, it's not gonna be enough in the time that's coming, man, because this devil's finna put a cap on having access to necessities, so we just can't be content. We gonna have to really rely on faith and trusting in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay, because this devil gonna put the squeeze on people when it comes to water, food, shelter. You're gonna have to be able to have these things to survive, but you're gonna have to be able to pay for them. And when the economy crashes, the system is implemented, you're only gonna be able to function in society as a normal person if you take that chip. And if you take that chip, you're gonna be done for, man. But the whole point is, this devil is going to use what people need to put the squeeze on them, because America has been just pacified and so comforted in pretty much everything handed to them on a platter. And once that is taken away from them, they're going to be easy access to get people to turn and easily take that chip, because food has been a very good weapon or tool for historical times of controlling the people. They would use the food and make it a famine, or if a famine come about, the little food that was left, that they would take hold of it and ration out a little at a time with certain classes, depending on who they were. So they would use food to depopulate and to control. It's a show on Netflix. It's called To Be a Dictator, or How to Be a Dictator. But I had to look it up again, remember who it was, but it's Kim Jong-un's father, who actually, back in 1990, somewhere between 90, 94, where it was a famine, man, and he was pretty much isolating people and giving certain amounts of food to people rationing out, and some people weren't even giving food, just to get a grip and control on the people, man. And that's going to take place here in America. This devil is going to collapse the economy. He's gonna put a hold on particular foods by way of that chip not being able to get access to get food, get in stores, pay bills. If you can't do none of that, then you're gonna have to either bow the knee or you're gonna have to have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And Abaratazah, us men who believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua and doing this work, that our faith will stay within the Lord, man. That's why we have certain scriptures or certain stories we can go to, man, like First Kings chapter 17, and going into life, how the Lord directed his steps to go to the brooks, waited there because there was a famine going on that time, and he drank from the brooks to the water dried up. Then the Lord provided him with meat, by the fowls. Then he directed his steps to the widow lady, But we're gonna have to have that same kind of faith and believe how about Shem Yahushua that the scriptures say that his men would drink it, eat, and be merry, roughly paraphrased. Because Esau Edom is fit to push his agenda harder, man. And one of his things he's gonna use is what people would need to survive, to put that squeeze on people, to change them up, to bow the knee, man. And we're seeing it, like brother been going into this how he's this digital system, like the video just played. You're not gonna be able to maneuver like that. But all these roads gonna lead to the Karag, pressure from above, pressure from beneath. Because again, what we all need: water, food, shelter to survive. If you can't pay no bills, if you ain't got no access to purchase things because of the chip, then you're not gonna have access to those necessities, man. So then you're gonna have to question yourself: are you gonna trust in Egypt, or are you gonna trust and have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Because this is what's coming. That's all I got, bro.
Come on, bro. And what you had, Halak?
Kind of, laying backing off the brother, because that was beautiful. Yeah, this is how they're gonna have to trust in Egypt or Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because what they're doing is it's gonna be a separation. It's been a separation is being made. Brother, can you give me Exodus chapter 11, verse 6 and 7?
Yeah, and then it's gonna be the devil. He gonna roll this out worldwide. America and beyond. Because it's gonna be a global transition. He finna collapse all these currencies. Because when the dollar collapse, the whole because the dollar holds up, the global economy. So when the dollar collapse, the world economy gonna collapse. So it's gonna be as I say, the hour of temptation, which is just try the world. Everybody gonna have to deal, with this option, a chip or die, what you said, Exodus 11, which verse, bro, you gonna start it?
6 and 7.
Okay, come on, you got it, bro.
Come on, this is the book of Exodus chapter 11, starting at verse 6. It says, and there shall be a great city throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there were none. Salakia.
A great cry.
Let me start off, Salakia. Exodus 11 and 6, it says, there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it anymore. Kind. It's nothing new under the sun. And what that sound like? That sound like you can when you hear that Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7 appear in your mind, and it's about to get so bad. Look, the plagues that's about to come on upon America, it's about to get so bad. People gonna have to choose a side. Is that they're gonna have to trust in Egypt or Rome Reloaded or Yahweh Shem Yahushua? It's about to get that bad. And Esau Edom is gonna show them that solution, which is that MOTB, so those that get it, there's gonna be those that get it and those that don't. Continue, bro. Come on, verse 7. It says, but against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast but ye know how that the Lord Yahweh doeth put a difference between Egyptians and Israel.
Khan. And Yahweh Shema Shai is going to make that difference. You know, he's going to show that. He's going to show that who's his people and who's not. You know, who was really messing with him. You know, who was really with him and who wasn't. Because there's going to be a lot of so-called, you know, people they call themselves Hebrew Israelites just for the fad of it. Fold. You know, there's a separation that's happening. That's going to happen, but it's happening now through doctrine, you know, through the spirit, you know, and we're going to see, because what scripture says, my servant shall laugh in a time of famine, roughly paraphrasing, you know, it's going to be that deep, that severe, you know, and it's all going to come down to that MOTB, you know, that's going to be the time of separation, you know. Is how you going to choose the power of Egypt, or you going to choose the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who is Yahweh Shem Shai.
Yeah, and then just to land back on Exodus 11:7, you know, because this was the Lord putting the separation between actual Israelites and Egyptians of that time, you know, but linking in the spirit, like you going into. In this time, you're going to have to trust, you know, the God. As an Israelite, you're going to trust the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, okay? Or you're going to trust, you know, in spiritual Egypt, you know, which is America, which is linked to this, you know, global beast system, you know, that's bringing in, you know, this new world order, you know? So the elect, okay, there's scripture say, well, then shall be known who are my chosen, you know, because the elect is going to be known, you know, in the times, you know, of chaos and scarcity, because of the Lord's, you know, provision, you know, and his protection, you know, upon, all right, their remnant, you know, the Israel of the Most High, you know. Any other brother had something?
Hey, bro, I just Googled some about the Canadians. I'm just gonna read what I read
Yeah,
found, and it basically is like it said.
you got it.
I asked them. I asked what they said. Do Canadian pay health care? But they say they do, but they pay through taxes. So which is funded. It's
Yeah.
a universal. It's a universal, publicly funded system for medical necessary hospital and physical service, which these cores serves are free at the point of use. Many other services like prescription drugs, dental, vision care are not covered by the public plan. So they all in the universal plan. But if you need some glass on that, we got to pay something different. So like the lady was saying, order to use that, you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that digital ID because they all under their on that health plan. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a precept and it's a Revelation 3 and 3 and 10. Yeah, it's 3 and 10. Yeah, 3 and 10. But that's the reason.
Yeah, 3 and 10. Got you.
So that the Canadians, they all gonna fold because they been using that system for years. So they gonna easily take the MOTB. All right. But go ahead, bro.
Come, this book of Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
And everybody gonna be tested, man. It's not just gonna be America. Canada gonna go through it. Europe gonna go through it. South America gonna go through it. Everybody gonna go through it. So this is a big test that Lord gonna put on everybody to see if you're gonna basically choose death or choose life. That's all it really is. You gonna choose Edom as your power, or you gonna choose the Lord as your power? for the Israelites, but he can do what the fuck they want to do. But for our people, either you gonna choose to eat them or you choose the Lord. And most of our people gonna choose to eat them because they they gonna the killer gonna be that food. The food gonna be the test. Cause you got little babies over there crying, and women gonna do what the fuck they gonna do to make sure to feed them kids. So this test gonna be a it's gonna be a big old test, man. It's like you want to pass your board exam or something. You get that's a test right there. It's the ultimate test. They're coming. That's all I got, brothers.
I got quick on the go what you say about the choice that's gonna have to be made. So read this for the elder brother Joshua 24 and 15 Bible shop.
This book of Joshua chapter 24 verse 15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in those land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
That's it. We're gonna serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Yeah, when he present this MOTB, you gotta get down, lay down. That's what it's gonna be. Get down, lay down. Like the scripture you read in Revelation by 15, 14, well, 15, 16. Either you're gonna be killed or not be killed, or you're gonna take it. But you got to serve your Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. That's all it's really about. Serve the Lord or don't serve the Lord. Eat him your power or the Lord your power. Choose one. You got to choose one. All right, that's all I got, bros.
Come on. You had something?
Come on, bro. Basically, Sirach 10 tells us basically not even to trust in our enemy. You know, if you want to grab that real quick. The Sirach.
Sirach 12.
Yeah, 12 and 10, Baba Kasha.
Come.
Yep. See, yeah, because hey, we know this guy. They don't have our best interest. For one, you know. See, because once Israel come together, you know, then we already know that even the scriptures state that then they become subjects, you know.
Yeah, so we're gonna get this, and then I'm gonna pull up some of the screenshots of Brother Son in the chat going into how they trying to hype up the digital ID and open this digital system with smooth words. All right, but you got that Sirach 12 and 10, bro.
This is the book of Sirach chapter 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, so we can understand Esau never stopped pursuing Jake, his brother, you know. So this is what we in. We're in these stages now to where this man, the scripture goes into how he want to be like the Most High, but it's gonna come at a cost. Like if you don't serve him fully, you know, he's just gonna execute you. You know, so this is what it's coming down to, you know, and then for one, we've been warned, because if we take this, because the scriptures tell us, hey, fear not what man can do to us, but fear, you know, what the Lord can do, you know. So basically, at the end of the day, this man, he want to put his fear, the fear of him in us, you know. But at the end of the day, again, we gotta remember that, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai is our God, you know, he's our power. And bro, with that being said, hey, I got something in the chat too, bro. But that was it on that.
Okay, come. You say you had something in the chat.
Come.
You got it, bro.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, basically going into this DPI, I asked it how it links with how does it link with the scriptures? You know, and it went into it says, oh, this is a deep, fascinating question. I'm excited to walk you through it because this DPI absolutely connects with major prophetic themes in scriptures. When you compare modern digital systems to biblical prophecy, you start seeing patterns that align perfectly with the end time control system, beast systems, the mark, global economic control, centralized identification, tracking and access systems, and the rise of one world government order. I want to skip all the way down to 7 because it goes into the nations uniting digitally. It sets the stage for Yahweh's return. It says as the world becomes centralized, unified in one economic system, controlled through one digital framework, oppressive, surveillance heavy, and financially unified, it moves exactly in the position Revelation describes right before Yahweh returns to destroy it. So going into how this devil again, he want to be like the Most High. Everything is coming on this one world system. He want to track everything. The woman said, "Don't trust this man." You know, we're gonna trust in our power. You know, the so-called black woman, right? It says, one financial system, one global data network, one form of access, one digital identity mark. It says everything Revelation describes in becoming possible because of the digital public infrastructure. This doesn't mean the DPI is the MOTB, but it is the stage. It said it is the stage, the platform, and the architecture that the MOTB would sit on top of.
Damn.
You can't get around it. You cannot get around it, man. You know, that's the only thing that makes sense is what these devils do in real time. If you're still talking about the MOTB is sin or embargo or whatever dumb shit outside of what this nigga is doing real time, what this nigga is spending billions and trillions of dollars on real time, if you're saying that it's anything else, this ain't for you, man. You know, the Lord woke you up to be an Israelite, eat you with many stripes at this point because you can't get around it. Okay? Everything is being interconnected, all right, on the digital network, man, and he's building the infrastructure real time because we speak about the nations being gathered together, which they're just gonna go into the brother point. Read Zephaniah 3 and 8, and we're gonna expound on that. Link that to that article the brother just brought out. You got it, bro.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8. It says, "Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord Yahweh, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy."
Yeah, so the nations, of course, we know they're being gathered together, you know, for war in the last days. All right. But what are these nations going to fight over, man? This new system. You know, these nations are going to fight, all right, to be the top dog in this new digital system, man. Okay, so the Lord has these nations gathered together economically, all right, through technology and ultimately different military alliances, but they're being gathered, okay, in every way, okay, for the Lord to pour out his anger. That's why he's centralizing these nations so he can judge them at one time. Okay, he's drawing all these militaries to one region of the earth so he can judge them at one time. All right, he's getting all these nations to join their economies together so he can destroy it at one time. You know, so everything is being centralized just for Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah to come judge this bitch, you know, and get it out of here, man. You know,
Can you get?
Hey, if I could make a quick point, or just say something real quick, cause like y'all brothers going into, man. I mean, brothers through the spirit and power, how about some outside, starting with our apostles, our elder bishops, brothers on down, are prophesying, man, preaching and teaching and warning the people of this devil's works, man, what he's doing right now, how he's trying to bring forth this digital system, you know, so he can digitally slave everybody on the earth or put them to death that they don't want to take his mark. And you have these Judas goats, instead of them warning the people and teaching truth to people, they're trying to engraft the same devil who's striving to put everybody in captivity to be able to inherit the kingdom, man, to be able to inherit the promises. I mean, it's crazy, man. But Lord willing, Lord will make their judgment public, man. You know, and agonizing, because it's no reason why these niggas should be so weak to take the bag and to lead Israelites that followed them to the slaughter, man. You know, so they are apostates. They don't truly believe, man. They doing it for filthy lucre, man. Because this devil ain't fucking around, man. He's dead serious about what he's doing. And these niggas are trying to engraft the same devil into the promise, man, the kingdom of heaven, as heirs.
Damn.
Come on.
That's it, bro. I got it.
Come on. What you saying? I'm not.
Since you got that Zephaniah 3 and 8, can you get Joel 3 and I think it's 2?
Come on, you got it, bro.
Come on, this is Joel chapter 3 and verse 2. It says, I will also gather all the nations and bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, you know, which is what the Quran was going into. Like, they not just gonna be sitting there waiting to fight with the you know, to have this battle with the Lord. No, they're gonna be already there fighting each other, you know, and then when Yahweh Shah crack them clouds, they're gonna turn and then try to battle Yahweh Shah, which is gonna be complete utter destruction upon them. But like he was going into, they're gonna already be there, you know, fighting each other, fighting over this system. And it says, I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. So while the nations are sitting here fighting over who gonna be over this system, you know, Yahweh Shah is gonna crack them clouds, and then he's gonna display that fierce anger or that fierce vengeance of the Heavenly Father upon these nations.
Come on, bro. Come on. So, you know, they link up, you know, with that Zephaniah, you know, because all the prophets, you know, seen, you know, a lot of them seen the same thing, you know. So you go precept on precept, it's talking about the same thing, and we're seeing it happen in real time, you know, whether it's the DPI, you know, whether it's the war, because it's all linked. None of the prophecies are isolated one from another. All of them intertwined, you know. So when we speak about the MOTB system, okay, the infrastructure for that being set up, you got to talk about the war because it's all intertwined. And if we talking about the MOTB, you got to talk about Jacob Trouble because he's going to try to create what? Order out of chaos, you know. So all these prophecies are intertwined, all right, and they're all building up in their own right, but they all gonna you know, play out, okay, one within another, you see. So I got this and then I put that in the chat too, you don't mind, brother.
Go on, bro.
Yeah, we gonna need them. So let's go to let's see which one. I think this is the one, the first one. Yeah, so let's just go here. So this, what the brother I now put in the chat, AI overview. It says the shift from traditional cash registers to digital ID and mobile payments is an accelerating global trend driven by demands for greater convenience, security, and efficiency. Businesses are widely adopting modern point of sale systems that facilitate these cashless and cardless. Okay, so you went from cash to cards, and now they're taking you from cardless to digital, to complete digital. You know, it's going to begin with your phone, but we know this devil plans on what? Implanting, going to that carotid, their carox, all right, to impale you with something. Okay, and they're selling this thing, they're marketing it as if everybody wants it. Okay, it says key drivers and benefits. It says speed and convenience. Digital ID, mobile payments like Apple Pay and Google Pay drastically reduce waiting times and streamline the checkout process. Some systems even enable invisible transactions where payment is completed automatically after a service such as pumping gas without the user having to do anything at all. Okay, so and the thing too, you know, this devil, he's been altering people's, you know, neurological system to be extremely impatient. Like you look at how people are in traffic today. These people, everyone's neurological system has been damaged by this man's technology to expect instant results. Okay, that's why, you know, you study people behavior. People act like, you know, once they get past you in traffic, like they're gonna be where they trying to go. Like once they they just need to get past you, and they gonna just appear where they're going. You know, but that goes back to neurological damage done by this technology, where everybody just expects instant results in everything. You know, so he's been prepping people's mind, you know, to bend the knee to this technology, man, based on what? Convenience and speed. That's why he keeps saying speed and convenience, you know, because this is a very, you know, impatient society, you know. And then you have enhanced security. And if brother had a point or a precept, just let me know. I'm just going through a few of these things. You say
Hey, bro,
enhanced security. Nah, you got it, bro.
I was gonna say real quick, man, they doing those test runs because, brother, remember when they shut TikTok down for a while, man? People started losing their goddamn minds because they couldn't get on TikTok or the internet. When the internet was shut down for a while, certain people didn't have access to the internet. They lost their fucking mind, man. You know what I'm saying? So once this devil take away the access to, you know, physically get on things like with your hands or your devices or whatever, and only option you have is for that device to be put inside you, how easy that's going to be for those who have been mentally programmed to depend on his different devices and systems. Is just going to be that next level.
Exactly, bro. So now he's speaking about enhanced security. Digital payment methods often incorporate advanced security features such as encryption, biometric login, face or fingerprint recognition, and two-factor authentication, making them generally more secure than carrying physical cash. You know, so he's promised more security. All right, and these just all, you know, marketing, okay, gestures, okay. It's all marketing fluff, okay, to make it seem like he's just Esau make it seem like he just put so much into, you know, people's well-being. Okay, this nigga poison the air, the water, the food system, STDs, nigga put the juice in you, which was poison. But he always presents this technology like he just has your best interest in mind. And you gotta think about, like, what does this nigga do with your best interest in mind? Look at the economy. You know, the dollar, okay, the money is devaluing while the super rich get richer. Okay. The 98% of the earth, you know, is becoming poor. 1-2% is getting richer. So what aspect of society, what aspect of this man's, system, his government, okay, these big corporations, what have they done, to make you think that they're considering your well-being in anything? Okay. But they come back with this bullshit like they just, just been in the lab all day trying to figure out how to make your life better. Nah, man, Pete, this is nothing but, entrapment for digital enslavement, But so just wanted to get into a little bit of that. But any brother had some precept, get ready to close out.
I got one, bro. If ain't nobody else had nothing.
Come on, what you got, bro? Halak, you had something? Okay, let's get yours, Halak, and then now we'll end it with yours if the brother don't got nothing. What you got, Halak?
Can you give me Psalms chapter 55, verse 21?
Oh yeah. That's the one. That's the one you had called for. Then I know.
I had that one in a backup. I knew that was a hot one. No.
Yeah. This Psalm 55 and
21.
21. There you go, bro.
Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were smoother than oil, yet they drawn swords.
And this man keeps telling you what he want to do for you, how this is going to help you, but you see the effect, you see what he's doing. It's a word that these people use nowadays, a high definition, a hot word, a word of the day. It's called limerence. When you say one thing but you do another,
Genie wish, don't it?
This man, he tells you that he wants to he wants to soothe you, he wants to help you, but he's whipping your back, he whipping the skin off your back. This man is a liar, this man is a devil, this man is known as the accuser of our brethren. War, mischief, evil is in this man's mind, his heart. This man cannot rest without thinking, how can I make a joke out of these people? How can I come up top, and keep everybody else at the bottom? This man is a cancer, because a righteous ruler will think, how can I benefit not only myself but my nation, then the rest of the world. This man is the opposite of that.
God.
What you had now?
It's still Book of Psalms, chapter 28, and I think it's verse 3.
Psalm 28, 3.
Come.
All right, you got it, bro.
This Book of Psalms, chapter 28, verse 3. It says, draw me not away with the wicked and the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors. And what are all these devils speaking about now? They're trying to close this thing in a form of convenience, a form of like they all of a sudden just care about your well-being and making sure you have a good life, or like you were going into it earlier, how they're gonna put this AI system out and they just gonna cut you a check or something. Like he trying to put this together like this is the best thing popping. It says, but mischief is in his heart. And I think that's in Proverbs. I think that's what you were going into, priest a lot about how, when this devil is asleep, he can't even get enough sleep at night because he's trying to figure out more and more ways to throw snares out there in better and better ways. This nigga he's a professional at being wicked. But that's what he's doing. He's trying to close this and disguise this as this is going to be something that's going to bring peace. It's going to bring it. It's going to solve all the problems in the world, But deep down, he know in his heart, he know that he full of it. He know exactly what he's trying to do. He just think he can pull it off. And the Lord has given him a bound that he's not gonna pass. That was
Gone. You know, the brother had anything?
Hey, can I get Revelation 12 and 12? And that'll be it for me.
Bro.
And can I get in the NLT?
I had one.
Come on, bro. I got you. Come no problem.
always good to spin the block one last time.
You said Revelation 12, NLT, right?
Come,
you got it, bro.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12, NLT. It says, therefore rejoice, O heavens, and you who live in the heavens rejoice. But terror will come on the earth and the sea, for the devil has come down to you in great anger, knowing that he has a little time.
and he knows that. And see, now this devil, he's really going hard in the paint, man. But it's only gonna get worse. I mean, we've seen throughout 2025, man, this nigga done burned down whole communities. He done crashed trains, planes. You know, a lot of people done got their cap peeled in different areas. He has been a complete madman. Like scripture say, he'd be like a madman sparing none. He's been going all in because he know his time is about up. It's getting short. He know Yahweh Shai is getting ready to return, man. So he's doing everything he can to offset prophecy by any means, man, and bring forth his agenda. And we only like a little bit over 3 weeks before 2026, man. This year, this shit wasn't even. This shit didn't last no time. This shit is over, man. He see how the Lord is speeding up time. The Lord is doing it for the elect's sake. So this devil in 2026, man, shit, buckle up. Cause this devil finna get busy, man. That's it, bro.
Hey, 2025 felt like a long month. You know? It's been a long month. Get out of here, man. A few weekends got this shit over with.
Came and went, boy.
What you had, Young Yacht?
Yeah, your brother just had Job 20 and 23. You know, just to set the point, like everything this devil's doing, shit, everything gonna fail him. You know, he not gonna get that dominancy that he really want. You know.
No. You got it, bro.
This book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Yeah, so ultimately, hey, the Lord gonna end this. He gonna end Esau's dominion in the earth by the way of thermonuclear missiles. But everything this devil is putting his hands on, or touching, or pushing, the Lord's gonna get rid of this in the earth. But even I just want to make the point is why he is eating. This devil is trying to take everything, the whole world, and these people on his menu. Everybody is on his menu. Everything. This devil, he don't want to let up. He want it all. Hey, but the Lord ain't gonna let him have it, man. See, because all this belongs to Yahweh Shai.
Come on, bro. Yeah, so and it's beautiful that the closer the devil gets to trying to pull this off, the closer he gets to his end. Like that's just like just like hunting deer. In their mind it's a free meal. So Esau looks at this new world order as a free meal, like this a lick. You know how niggas think they got a lick. I'm finna hit this lick. Nigga never come back. Nigga get 78 years. Well, this is Esau. Esau, he's finna be the biggest crash out in existence. Like he finna crash out behind this new world order. you know, like no other nation has done. You see, so it's beautiful to see the devil roll this out. You know, we know what this means according to prophecy that he's getting close to his end. You know, so the closer he get to thinking he's accomplishing, you know, his new world order, the closer we know, all right, that the Lord's finna judge this man once and for all. You know, but any brother had anything before we close out? Come well, Lord will, you know, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified once again. We want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elder GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
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 Shalom.